President Mike.
Aye, President.
Let's call the meeting to order. I think it's 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to welcome all our Rotarians and guests. This is our 10th meeting of the Rotary calendar year. As we work our way through September, which is Rotary's month of education, literacy, and new generation. I'll turn things back over to our MC for today, Mr. Darren Bain. Take it away, Darren.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Let me take this time to say a very special welcome to all of you joining us on this wonderful, what's going to be perhaps one of the most dynamic meetings of the year. As you would have remarked, Mr. President, that this is the 10th meeting thus far for the year. And so far, things are going extremely well. So I'm delighted that all of you have come to join us in this wonderful time today. So it's going to be a very, very exciting meeting. I don't want to delay anything, so I'm going to go right now. And I'm going to invite Rotarian Ebony Thompson, who's going to come with the Rotary Grace. Is Ebony on? As a matter of fact, I should have done my roll call for my start of this. Let me make sure all my people are here. Ebony, I see you. Good.
I am on. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So everybody bow for the grace. Lord, bathe us in good habits that the bad ones may be drowned, yet grant us compassion for weakness in others. Suffer us to realize that all things shall pass, yet help us to count our blessings today. Amen.
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 Ebony, thank you so much. Ebony, you pretty like you go to a Baptist church. I get it right or I get it wrong, Ebony? Don't make me shame now. I got it wrong? Ebony, don't story on me now. Don't story on me.
No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ebony. Let's go now to the loyal toast. I'm going to invite Rotarian Sandra Walks, who I saw was on earlier. Rotarian Sandra?
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you. Fellow Rotarians and guests, raise your glasses and join me in a toast to the Queen and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Green and
Bahamas.
Thank you so much. Now, I think who collecting fines today, man?
But I could be dishing out some fines today.
Right.
Right.
What we need to do is a little audit, right? During these lunchtime, most of us to work. I see some strange glasses get raised during this toast. Now, I ain't ashamed. I can show you on my own. See my own, that's a can. That's all this is, right? How much y'all can put up your glass at this lunchtime?
Water.
Huh? Who said what?
that can look like Cuba Libre.
What look like, Mike?
From Cat Island.
No, sir. Okay. So I'm going now, let's have a look right here. I'm going to invite the Sergeant at Arms, Rotarian Wayne Miller, who's going to come with the introduction of our visiting Rotarian, introduction of non-Rotarians, and of course, the apologies and fines for today. Wayne Miller?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rotarian Darren. Truly, it's a pleasure always to be a part of these meetings. And we again welcome all of you here on Sundry. And as we get started, we trust and hope that you will have a dynamic meeting. I trust and believe that this is going to be one of the most dynamic ones you're gonna have. Moving forward, I like to break the ice, and we want to break the ice, and I like to break the ice. We're looking at some jokes. I'm trying to get a joke or two in, and so I like this one here. One day, a dad carried his son for an interview at the 99-cent store, and his son asked, and son was asked during the interview, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And the son replied, "I see myself at the dollar store." Hey, of course, he got the job. I hope he got that one. And then this one here, Rodney Dangerfield, very known comedian, he put this one out here. He said, "I haven't spoken to my wife in years. I didn't because I just didn't want to interrupt her. I mean, she was talking all the time, so he didn't want to interrupt her."
Wayne, you want to roll? You want to roll?
And then I'm gonna keep on rolling, man. Keep on rolling,
All
then.
right.
And then I like this next one. Just say, common sense is like deodorant. The people who need it most never use it. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that's pretty good. Good.
You want to roll, Raymond?
Well, I trust and hope that like the moment. I like your day, and of course, give you a smile on your face as we welcome you back to another exciting Rotary meeting. And so, if there are any introductions, we'd like to first of all recognize our visiting Rotarians. Any introduction of visiting Rotarians? We want you just to chime in and just say a quick hi to us and let us know which club you're from. Any visitors in the house?
Hello, my fellow Rotarians. I'm Rotarian Magdalena Penn, all the way from Cat Island. Good to be here.
Good. Rotarian Penn is always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Cat Island in the house. And let me thank you very much. We had a wonderful meeting last Thursday. Had a wonderful meeting. And it was very, very good. So I want to thank you and the team down there for doing such a wonderful job last Thursday. Any other fellow Rotarian visitors? Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Rotarian Letitia Brown from the Satellite Club in Cat Island as well.
Good, Letitia.
Cat Island on the roll, boy.
I tell you, man, Cat Island, full house in the house. I tell you, I see where all them cake you get, where they come from.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good evening. Yes, this is Rotarian Cherie Claire from Satellite Club in Cat Island.
Hey, Cherie, glad. Welcome. We are so happy to have you here, and you look so beautiful on our screen. We all can see you way here in Nassau, and we want to welcome you so much. Anyone else?
Yeah, Karen Pinder, PhD Karen Pinder. She can't speak, but she put a note in the chat that she's on from Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise.
Good, beautiful. Welcome. Sunrise is always welcome in the house. We're glad to have Sunrise in the house.
Good afternoon, everyone. Charlene Kearney, Rotary Club of New Providence.
Oh, thank you very much, Charlene. We appreciate it. Glad to have you in the house, and we trust and hope that you will enjoy our meeting, and you've enjoyed it thus far. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Nikita here from Cat Island as well.
Beautiful. I like your screen, your green screen. You're promoting Cat Island very well. Thank you so much. Welcome.
From Cat Island.
Okay.
Wow.
Good. Wow, we get the whole Cat Island in. That is such a pleasure. It's going to show me that Cat Island is on a roll. Yes. Who else we have?
Sherelle Adley, Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise. Glad to be here.
Thank you, and we are glad that you're here, Sherelle. Thank you so much. Trust and hope that you will continue to enjoy our meetings. Glad to have Sunrise in the house. Do you have any other visitors? Any Rotarian visitors? If there be no more Rotarian visitors, do we have any non-Rotarian guests? You're not a Rotarian, but you're on the call today. So, okay, good. If there be no other, any apologies? Chantal, any apologies?
Hi, Wayne. I have a guest on,
Okay.
Lynette
Hi.
Carey.
Hi, Lynette. Thank you very much, Rotarian Sandra. Lynette, we're glad to have you on, and we trust and hope that this will not
I'm
be
also
your
here,
last.
Sandra McCurroll.
Oh, Makira is here also.
Okay.
Welcome,
Hi.
Makira.
Hi, Lynette Carey. Hi, you want to say hi, Lynette?
And Makira.
Okay. Hi, Makira. Makira, do you want to say hi? Makira? Okay, I guess not. Anyway, moving right along, and quickly, we have to get some, we have to collect some. Hi, is this Makira? Anyway, okay.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Makira, how are you doing?
This is Lynette.
Oh, Lynette. Oh, okay, Lynette. Hi, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, welcome. And we
Thank
trust and
you.
hope that this would be your last time with us, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome. Good. If there be no other, let's move quickly along. Lynette? Okay, that's Lynette just gone. Okay. If there be no other, let's move quickly along. Rotarians, those of you who do not have your pin, this beautiful, wonderful pin that is supposed to adorn your your clothing at this time. If you do not have it on, please raise your hand and let us know so that our treasurer, Ms. Walker, Rotarian Sandra Walker, can give you a gift. So if you want your gift, please raise your hand and let us know if you don't have your pin on. And we'll be more than happy to give you that gift, okay? So
I believe Patricia Clare don't have a pin on, eh? I'm reporting Patricia Clare.
Patricia Clare, beautiful.
Yeah, she ain't got a pin on.
Good. Okay, Patricia. So we're gonna give you your gift. You're gonna have your gift. Anyone else? Rotarian Darren, you seem to be the investigator.
Darren.
Where Darren been? I looking for Darren.
There's your
Darren,
pin.
Yeah, Darren, where your pin?
Where your pin,
You know, I thought you'd be quiet today, you know.
Boy, look, I tried my best.
You know?
No, Darren, whenever I hear you, I coming on.
You know, I'm go look at Dwayne Swaby. I see Dwayne in years, so I know if Dwayne gonna pin on.
You know what? Okay, Dwayne, we can visit you, Dwayne. Okay, Dwayne, we can visit you. All right, well, back over you, Mr. Darren, MC. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Rotarian Dwayne Miller, for an outstanding job as always. Thank you very much for really navigating us through that part of the program. We're going to invite now, because we've got a very heavy packed luncheon meeting today. There's some wonderful things happening, so we don't want to take up too much time, especially having regard to our speaker and of course the introduction of new members. So I'm going to invite now President Mike, if you just bring remarks and announcements at this time. President Mike.
All right, thanks for bringing me back on. Just some brief remarks. We still have a call out for volunteers for this coming Saturday's joint project with the Kiwanis Club of the Bahamas and Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas. We're going to have a blood drive at the mall at Marathon between the hours of 9 and 6 and 4 p.m. The project goal is for 100 pints of blood, and a sign-up link for volunteers has been provided in the RCN chat. We still have calls for volunteers also at various COVID vaccination centers around the island. I want to give some special thanks out to the disaster chair, Rudy Lavardi Jr., this for his timely updates, which he's been providing us in all the weather systems which pose a threat to our area. We have also posted details of RCN's Fun Fit Fellowships, which is scheduled for Saturday, October 7th. Sign up for that has been provided in the chat. And lastly, today, RCN membership rose by another 4 members. I want to welcome Dr. Crystal Roll, Ms. Gina Bethel, Ms. Dana Davis-Mott, and Ms. Antonise Anton. And I want to give a special thanks to PDG Felix Stuff for performing the induction ceremony today. Back over to you, Darren.
Thank you so much, President Mike. Chantal, do you have the flyer up for the walk, for the fun run walk?
You want me to put it up?
If you can, just very quickly. I think you're working in connection. Where's past President Jamal Davis? Jamal, how you doing?
Hey, Darren, right here, Sergeant Darren. So,
right now, Jamal, I know you're working in conspiracy along with Chantal, because what she did on yesterday, she come give me 5 flower cake, and I'm trying to prepare for the actual fun run walk. So she gave me 5 flower cake and tell me you said her to give me those cake. That's true?
Trust me, Darren. The way I see you handling yourself in those restaurants, you don't need no additional help from me.
Right. So just by way of announcements, as President Mike would have remarked, you're inviting all of the members and family of our club to join us on Saturday, October 9th at 6 a.m. What's going to be a wonderful time for a fun, fit, and fellowship. And so I'm throwing out a challenge to past President Mike and past President Dwayne Swaby, whichever one of us passed the finish line first is going to have to be a donation to the club. Dwayne, why are you laughing? You know? Okay, so that's the challenge that goes out. So you all accept, right?
Thank you, Darren.
Yep, I will be there.
Right.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Okay, so Chantal, any updates from the secretary? Any updates this afternoon?
Yes, so in addition to the blood drive, I put the link in the chat for the Zoom as well. I also going to put it in our WhatsApp chat again.
Okay.
So thank you very much for bringing up the Fun Fit Fellowship. We will be asking members and their families to wear the Rotary shirts. The Rotary shirts will be $15. I will post the information in our RCN chat after the meeting, but it will be really good, for those who are coming out to participate to have on the Rotary shirts and also the family of Rotary shirts. So I'll make sure that I post that information.
Okay.
And just all those persons who are doing makeup meetings, please remember to let me know so that we can make sure record, if you do a makeup, but you're not able to attend our regular session. Okay, and that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let's go now to the Treasurer's update. Treasurer Sandra Walker, any updates this afternoon?
Yeah, if I could compose myself from all the jokes. It's funny.
Right. Sandra, good to see you as always.
Thank you, darling. And so I have the same song, just a little different beat. I think it's still positivity though. So not so good news would be that I have an organization that really needs help. Good news is I'm surrounded and everyone's listening to me who loves to help because that's in our blood. So this organization needs money. It needs money for RI, District, Rotary Club of the Bahamas, and other initiatives. And you know what that club is? Your own precious Rotary Club of Nassau. So with that, I want to thank those that have been bringing in their funds because we do need these to sustain our club. I want you to continue to do this and send me proof of payment so that I can log it respectively and then update the club run as usual. So that's just the same song and people are complying. I'm happy for that. So just keep them coming. Half will do, which is $200 or the full one of the $400 if you can do that just now. Like I say, proof of payment, and then I will update your account accordingly. Of course, Cat Island, we do have different terms, and you can do the same procedure though, where it's half or the full as you wish. Thank you, and that's it for today.
Thank you so much, Treasurer Sandra. If you're trying to get a jingle, you may want to get with Rotarian Christopher Russell. You know he's a singer, yes?
I do. No,
right. Between him and Charlene, they can help you with a jingle, okay?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Absolutely. Let's go now to Rotarian Lizette Markey. Any updates today from the membership?
Hey, Doc. I'm Rotarian Darren. I'll be sitting in for Lizette today.
Beautiful. Okay.
For membership, and I just want to let you know there's no concern based on what you and Rotarian Sandra talked about just now. With all those fines we'll be collecting, we should have no problem when it comes down to the shortfall. So I'll be sending in my fines. You just let me know. I forgot my pen today, so just let me know, Sandra, send me my gift so that I can redeem.
I logged it. I
can redeem my gift, and all those other ones who don't have their cameras on, please bring up your camera so that we can get those fines. But listen, there's a song that says they come in by boat, they come in by plane, they come in wheelchair, and they walk in with cane.
Yes, sir.
My goodness, the Rotary Club of Nassau is on the move. We've been growing. President Mike, he's been pushing the membership agenda. We have 4 new inductees today. The Satellite Club of Cat Island is on the move, so we're excited for what's happening there. And guess what? We have some celebrations for today. We have our very own, and I know Nadia, you're on. Let's see if we can pull a couple of those pictures up. We have celebrating today Rotarian Chantel Nesbitt. Look at Chantel. You see that lady there?
Lovely.
That beautiful lady?
Very nice.
Celebrating her 7th year in the Rotary Club of Nassau. Come on, let me see some hands clapping up in here, some thumbs up.
Yay, Chantel!
Listen, look at Chantel. Look at that. She got a new head.
Yay, Chantel! Lucky number 7.
Happy birthday, Chantel. You look like a gamer.
Rotary anniversary right there. She looks so lovely up there. And guess what? Guess who we have celebrating their birthday? Chantel came in September 9th, and we have PP Lawrence Davis. Hey, Dr. Lawrence, how you doing? September 10th is his birthday. He's not going to tell you his age, but he's just as young as he looks. So we want to celebrate him today, his birthday. And oh yeah, let's get our song going.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. How old am I now? My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. So I can party all night.
Look, you see Dr. Larry dancing? Oh my
Oh yeah,
goodness.
man. Even the valley, you know.
Boy, listen, I think that's a roach he just killed just now. He just But listen, I also want to recognize our buddy. Guess what? Our buddies for the week are Dr. And you know, it was so amazing. When I reached out to him, I was calling him all his full government name, Dr.
Right.
Lawrence. And he said, listen, no, call me Larry, man. Call me Larry. And I felt so comfortable with that. But our buddy spotlight for this week is PP, Dr. Larry Davis, and Rotarian Waze Brown. I'm going to ask Dr. Larry, he's on. Dr. Larry, you want to say something briefly about you and your buddy?
My good buddy, Waze Brown. Rotarian Waze, he's a collection manager at Sunshine Finance Limited. We have been having nice, friendly little chats talking about Rotary, but unfortunately, during August and September, Waze is fully occupied with his end of year reports, getting out the statements. So he finds it difficult to participate in Rotary during August and September. However, good thing, come October, Waze will again be a keen and active Rotarian.
Thank you very much, Dr. Larry. And listen, that's our spotlight for buddies this week. I'm going to encourage you, please reach out to your buddy. Who knows, you might be chosen for the buddy spotlight next week. Thank you very much. And again, welcome to our new members. And they have some guests on, but I'm going to turn it over so that we can have them introduced formally. Thank you very much, everyone.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rotarian Kino. Okay, let's move right along. Time is swiftly passing by. When we speak about membership, I'm going to invite Nadia, who is going to come now in terms of introduction of a very special Rotarian who is now going to induct 4 new members into our club today. So Rotarian Nadia, are you on?
I am. So
Beautiful.
we're going to talk about Mr. Felix Stubbs. Stubbs is a citizen of the Commonwealth of Bahamas with Turks and Caicos ancestry. Felix is a former president and general manager of IBM Bahamas Limited, a position he held for over 32 years, opting to take early retirement in 2014 so that he can devote more time to his Rotary obligations. Committed to the Bahamas' wholesome development, Felix sits on several governmental, non-governmental, and charitable boards. He helps to shape and implement strategic policy, budgetary, and funding plans. Felix is also a past president of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce, a former director of the Central Bank of the Bahamas, former chairman, director of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, a former director and committee chair of Famgard Corporation. He served as the chairman of Junior Achievement for 19 years. In 2006, he was bestowed with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, an honorary doctorate by the BWR Ministries and Seminary, Richmond, Virginia, USA. In 1996, he was made a member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire by Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. He obtained the Chartered designation from the Caribbean Governance Training Institute in 2020. Felix is a passionate Rotarian. He is a past district governor for Rotary International, District 7020, which comprises 10 countries and 16 islands in the Northern Caribbean. Felix has held numerous positions at the club and district level. He began his Rotary service in 2001 as the charter member of his club. While serving as first vice president, Felix received the Rotarian of the Year Award. In 2016, he received the Sir Durward Knowles Humanitarian Recognition Award. And in 2019, he received RI's 4 Avenues of Service citation. Currently, he serves as Assistant Rotary Coordinator for Zone 34 with responsibility for districts 7,000, 7020, and 7030. Felix has 2 children and is married to Carla, a Rotarian and a past president of the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise and assistant governor for Bahamas West Rotary Clubs. They are both benefactors, members of the Paul Harris Society, Level 2 major donors, and Level 4 Bequest Society members. Felix's motto is from success to significance. Join me in welcoming PDG Felix Stubbs.
Thank you very much, Nadia. You didn't follow my instructions. You didn't edit that bio. We will talk. So fellow Rotarians, family and friends, our Rotary clubs must add new members from time to time. From time to time, to increase our usefulness and influence as clubs and extend the spirit of Rotary throughout our communities. Rotary is not a fraternity, so we have no initiations facing. Rotary is not a religion, so we have no anointment of oil. Rotary is not a secret society, so we have no secret handshakes or passwords. Rotary is not a governmental agency, so there's no inauguration ceremonies. What Rotary is a membership organization, and it is a family of friends who reach around the world. We are 1.2 million strong in over 36,000 clubs and over 210 countries and geographic areas. Our motto is service above self. We represent every language, custom, political ideology, religion, race, and nationality. To be a Rotarian is merely to believe in the values of friendship and service to others. A Rotarian attends meetings regularly because there's no friendship if you're not there. But the Rotarian never says no to a call for help because that is what service is all about. A Rotarian will share membership with other community leaders and friends because more hands mean more fabulous service to others. A Rotarian will pay one's dues and obligations regularly because sharing one's resources is also service. A Rotarian is a friend who truly believes that they can build a better community and reach out in friendship to create a more peaceful world. So today, I am pleased to welcome to our ranks and admit to membership to the Rotary Club of Nassau, the oldest Bahamian Rotary Club in District 7020, Dr. Crystal Roll, Gina Bethel, and Dana Derisa, and to the Rotary Satellite Club of Nassau on Cat Island, Anthony's Anton. Do each of you wish to be a Rotarian and join this prestigious membership organization? Your answer should be yes. I didn't hear anybody.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Just a yes.
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 So then, it is my honor to welcome Rotarians Crystal, Gina, Dana, into the Rotary Club of Nassau, and Rotarian Anthony's into the Rotary Satellite Club of Nassau on Cat Island. I also welcome each of you to the enormous worldwide Fellowship of Rotary International, where you can feel at home at any club, anywhere in the world. Hello, Rotarians, family and friends. I now invite you to welcome the newest Rotarians in the entire world to Rotary. Congratulations.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Rotarians, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Back to you, Mr. President.
So, Nadia, perhaps our newest members may want to just say hello.
Welcome.
Hi, Gina Bethel here. I'm very pleased to be here today. I just want to send a quick hello to my friends that are joining me today to take part in the induction, Mr. Vincent and Ms. Meredith Johnson.
Good
Thank you so much.
afternoon. Good afternoon, Dericia Davis Mott. Also, Dana. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to join. And thank you to my friends and family that have supported me today with this induction.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Crystal here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for welcoming me. And I'm happy to be a part of this great organization.
We're delighted to have you. Welcome.
Good day. Thank you very much. And Lisa and John from Cat Island. Thank you guys so much for inviting me today and being a part of the Rotary Club.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. And again, a very, very big welcome to all of you. And hopefully as the time passes on very quickly, we can soon have the opportunity for all of us to meet in person. And we have not had the chance just yet, but we're looking forward to meeting all of you in person. And again, welcome to the Rotary Club of Nassau. Okay, we have a very wonderful speaker today who's going to come and share with us. So I'm going to now invite Rotarian Deandra Lewis. Would you be so kind to introduce our speaker for this afternoon?
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Glenn S. Beneby, MBBS, FRCA, who is a former head boy of the Government High School and graduate of the University of the West Indies Medical School in Mona, Jamaica. He completed his postgraduate studies in anesthesia at the University of Sheffield, England, and gained a fellowship at the Royal College of Anesthesists in London in 1984. Dr. Beneby also has an advanced diploma in public administration and public management gained in 1992. He's been actively involved in medical management for more than 25 years. Dr. Beneby was appointed medical advisor of the Public Hospital Authorities in 1999. Actively involved in clinical anesthesia practice and healthcare research, he's also a lecturer, author, international guest speaker, and considered a pioneer in the development of anesthesia in the Bahamas. Dr. Beneby is an international member of AMSUS, a member of the American College of Physician Executives, founding director of Physician Alliance Limited, founding faculty member and acting director of UWI Bahamas, founding director of TBCPI Allied Health School, and board chairman of Coastline Community Nursing Home. Dr. Beneby has won many awards, including the WHO PAHO Centennial Health Hero Award in 2002, the Caribbean Physician Science Icon in 2007, the Health Hero International Hall of Fame Jackson Memorial Hospital in 2020, and in 2005, he received a citation by the U.S. Embassy for health service contributions in the Caribbean. A medical professional and community leader, Dr. Beneby is an active member of NGOs and many community service initiatives. He is married and a father of one son. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Beneby.
Hello. Is that my cue to come on?
Yes, sir. It's all yours.
It is.
Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction. I'm trying to catch up with the technology to share the screen and get my presentation up. I don't ask for favors usually, but I'm going to ask your president for one favor today, that he make me an honorary Rotarian. I was most impressed with the beginning of your meeting and well conducted by Mr. Bain. Make me an honorary Rotarian, at least for the next hour when I do my presentation, so I could feel a part of this whole thing today.
So granted, sir. So granted.
So thank you very much, and it's much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
And so let us today, I understand you're in the month of health, and you are talking about a number of things. I'm going to talk about something that is a feature of what's going on not only in health here in the Bahamas, but in the world. I've been in healthcare for more than 50 years now. I graduated and became a licensed doctor in 1978, and all those other things that were mentioned in my introduction. But this has never occurred before. And they use the term with it novel. But novel is new, but it's not only new to me, it's new to everyone else. And so I'm going to talk to you and have a conversation with you for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes on health paradigm shift. The healthcare system in the country has changed dramatically, and everybody, including you and me, be looking forward to the post-COVID-19 era. But before we get there, we have to be where we are as we make our progress. And so let us begin this talk. The first thing about this talk, the first thing we'll consider is the coronavirus, which is the feature. It's a nanobody, very small, cannot be seen by the naked eye, but it doesn't depend on its size. It's deadly, it kills, and it kills rapidly. And we have faced today with a large number of people die. Indeed, right here in the Bahamas, more than 400 people have died, and we have an increasing rate of new cases on a daily basis in the triple figure, and the hospitals are overrun. For the first time in my 50 years, I try to admit patients to hospital and they're being turned away. Never happened before. Never happened before. This week, I called Doctors Hospital, and Doctors Hospital will admit you, because we called them, there was people who had money and they wanted to be admitted to Doctors Hospital. Doctors Hospital turned me down. Can you believe it? We in a new era of paradigm shift in healthcare. Doctors Hospital refused me to admit a patient there who was willing to pay and had money to pay. Never before in your life that your money can't save you. Just to give you an idea. So this is the little nanovirus, small microscopic thing that has the world on its head. The world is on its head. It's turned the world upside down. So let's look at it. What is the impact of the coronavirus? The thing about this virus is that as we go further into the being of the virus is changing. And every time it changes, it becomes more deadly. So we have started with the alpha virus. We're down now to the delta virus. And the delta virus is more transmissible and more deadly than the alpha version. And the variants are getting worse every day as we go forward. Every new virus, and it's changing every step of the way, because whatever you try to do to stop it, the more vaccines you do, the more actions you take to stop it, the more it changes. You can't believe it. Vulnerable populations. To me, every population is vulnerable. But in this context, you think about people who are obese, diabetes, cancers, and immunological difficulties as being the vulnerable population. And these are the people who are most likely to get the virus. People over the age of 65, over the age of 85, more vulnerable to get a virus. No longer true. In this new Delta virus, you have an increasing number of people who are in their 40s, 20s, and 30s, and people in their 40s, 20s, and 30s are dying. It doesn't matter. It doesn't respect anybody. Healthcare workers are dying. Frontline workers are dying. Anybody can die as a result of this deadly virus. Universal healthcare practices, hygiene is what we need to bear in mind, because they're simple, but they're the things that are most helpful. Washing hands, sing happy birthday twice for 20 seconds, wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, and you will help to keep your hands clean. Wash your hands every step of the way, wherever you are. When you go to the restroom, of course, you normally do it, but don't do it just then. Anytime you meet somebody, wash your hands. You shouldn't be shaking hands anyways, because you should be social distancing as a part of this whole thing. The epidemiology of the disease tends to occur in crowded areas, more common among the elderly, and it's more common among those people who are forced to be in groups, large groups. The pathophysiology of the disease. Against this virus, you must fight it on every front. And so you have to fight it in the nostrils as well. And you'll see I talk about that when I talk about the treatment of the disease. So it affects the respiratory tract more. And then it doesn't stop there. It goes into the blood and cause clotting in the blood. Once it starts clotting in the blood, then you have big trouble, because it shut down the lung with the cytokine storm, and it shut down your kidneys, shut down your liver, shut down your heart. Big trouble. And so we have to look at the pathophysiology of the disease, how the disease enters the body and how it affects the systems in the body. We now, in the new era, we have to work in protective gear. We have the hazmat suit, which became popular in 2013 during the Ebola global attack, which I led the country's initiative against that as the chief medical officer at the time. And we did I would say, a fairly good job. We didn't have any major outbreaks, but we now have to wear this hazmat suit. The hazmat suit dresses you from your hands, your head, right to the sole of your feet with boots. Why that is important is because it puts you at high temperatures. So when I work nowadays, I'm sweating profusely inside the suit. The suit covers everything, all your face, your eyes, and I'll show you a copy of that suit in a short while. But the most important thing in this whole transition paradigm is that individuals must take responsibility for their health. Never before in the history of mankind, it's so important for an individual to take responsibility for his or her health. You cannot depend on somebody to save you. You will lose your life. The life you save is your own. I have established in this period, because I think it is new, establishment of a health club. I have a health club, Health Services Tranquility Club. I don't think going forward, we're gonna have to look at individuals. You're gonna look at like how you have the Rotary Club and the camaraderie of the Rotary Club. You have to have health clubs like that. And you have a gym like that. You cannot go through this battle going forward as a single individual in the healthcare field. People have to communicate, and you must have the purpose. The main purpose of what we are doing, we have to get control of the healthcare costs, because as the situation is getting worse, the cost of healthcare is getting more, expanding every day. And the people need care, they can't afford to. Even those who have money can't get it. So we need to control the cost of healthcare. We need to understand that healthcare for the United States is wonderful, it's great, but it's not healthcare for the Bahamas. Nobody in the Bahamas can afford the kind of healthcare. They can't afford to buy remdesivir. They can't afford to buy monoclonal antibodies. Even if it's available, sometimes it's not. They cannot afford to buy Regeneron. And so we have to have treatment that our patients and the people in the Bahamas can afford. There's no use having the knowledge, because the difference between success and failure has never been knowledge, there's been implementation. And so if you can't implement your knowledge, there's no value to you. Here you have, this is the hazmat suit, which I talked about, looks beautiful and pretty, but it is not like that at all. When you're working in that, you're in the middle of a gold mine in South Africa. That's how hot it is in that suit, all day, pouring sweat, and it's difficult to work. It's a new era, and this is absolutely necessary to our lives. We have doctors whose spouses have died because of them being exposed. And so it's high risk. When we go home nowadays, our wives and our family don't want to come and mix with us. They go in the next room, they put on masks, they don't want to speak, they want to make sure where you just came from. Did you come from working with a patient who had COVID? So the psychological distress and the mental distress of the COVID is not even imagined compared to people who are talking. People who are talking have no clue of what this is in the life of a first frontier worker as we go ahead. That just give you a feeling of what's going on. And so it's all about prevention. And this is where I give us wrong. I give the system wrong, the leadership and administration wrong, and the healthcare professionals wrong, because we are fighting this battle on one front. I wonder if we are not having a vaccine advertisement campaign. The vaccines are great, and I support vaccines. Let no one go away from here saying that I am not supporting vaccines. I support vaccines. It shouldn't be mandatory, but voluntary vaccines I support. I know the value of vaccines. I have been at the forefront of vaccines when the country was 95% vaccinated for measles, rubella, and mumps, and given awards in Washington. I was there. So I know the benefit of vaccines. But at the same time, vaccine. And I don't know if they're campaigning for vaccine or we killing a virus. Where's the treatment? Nobody's telling me about treatment. Nobody's telling me how to treat this thing. We need to put the treatment on the same par as the vaccine. The vaccines, all of them, the Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, all of them, Sputnik, all of them are good and helpful. Don't mistake me. Getting the vaccine is a great help. It reduces hospital admission. but it does not end the pandemic. It does not end mortality if the vaccines gets ahead of the game. It takes 70 to 80% of a population for them to be of effect in the herd immunity. So it's not easy to vaccinate. Right now, in spite of all the vaccines we are giving out here, you don't have 60,000 people vaccinated. We have a population of 400,000. And my hat go off to the people who are doing this because it takes effort. I am fully support of whatever could be done. But please don't misunderstand that vaccines are not the end of the story. They have an advertisement saying, be vaccinated and end the pandemic. Nonsense. That's a lie. Be vaccinated and modulate the pandemic, not end it, because the pandemic is here to stay. Let us look at it. The length of the vaccine don't last most times more than 6 months. It gets progressively less. By 8 months is no good. Now, Fucci has come back to the world and says he is going to approve a third booster. And they're saying, based on what's happening in Israel at this time, an increase in outbreak in Israel, in spite of the fact that the herd immunity in Israel, they do not know when this is going to stop. So please, let us be loving, let us be compassionate, let us be understanding. So nobody knows how long as we speak the length of the immunity is going to take. Anybody who has the disease should be isolated. Anybody who was in contact with the disease should be quarantined. There's a slight difference between isolation and quarantine. Isolation, the person who's carrying the virus and spreading the virus should not be allowed to be out. The person who is quarantined means that you are isolated or separated, but you are not actively spreading the virus. Testing, testing, testing. I cannot stress it more. Testing, testing, testing. People nowadays are talking about it. The cost in the cheap area, the test is $135 cheap. It started at $200 for the gold standard test, the PCR test. The anti-antigen test is $22 or $25. How many people in the Bahamas with our present wages and being laid off because of COVID, no way, they can't pay for food. They can't pay for rent. How are they going to afford to pay for testing? It's just not sensible or reasonable. Look at this. I only present this in here to dramatize. There's a group of people in England waiting to go into a soccer game. This is now historical. You will not see this again for some time because this is an area for super spreading. And notwithstanding, occasionally the person in this group have on a mask, but even with masks, this is a dangerous situation because you are too close. You should be more than 6 feet apart, and there's no room for that in this. So everywhere, our airports, our hotels, everywhere where you have gatherings of crowds, you have difficulty with funerals, with weddings, with Rotary clubs meetings, and everything else. That is why we are doing this meeting today by Zoom. We are in a new paradigm shift, a new era. This is what I'm saying to you, this is new. Treatment, nobody talks about treatment. They say treatment is controversial. If you use hydroxychloroquine, it has been approved. You use ivermectin, they run it down. Colchicine, they say these things are not supposed to be used in human beings, they've been used in animals. All lies, all lies. I'm a researcher. I'm qualified to oversee research, and I'm registered with NIH in Washington. Every drug goes through animal testing and animal use before it comes into the use by humans. So that kind of statement, derogatory statement, is purely mischievous and is disingenuous. Right now, we treat dogs with antibiotics. We treat dogs with anesthetic agents. We give dogs oxygen. We give dogs vaccination. We give monkeys vaccination first before we use it in human beings to see what effect it's going to have. So that statement is full of dishonesty, disingenuous, bogus statements, and fake news, as far as I'm concerned. Everything you can use to kill this deadly virus, everything I say, everything, we ought to be using it. Not some things, everything to kill this virus, and everywhere we can kill it. Everywhere we can kill it. Churchill say, we fight them on the beaches, we fight them in the land, fight them in the air. We must kill the enemy. And that is where we are here. Let me tell you something, telemedicine and telehealth. My whole practice has changed completely. I don't interact with patients at all because I have so many patients with COVID. I cannot take the risk to act with them. So I have to meet them by Zoom. I have to meet them by video conferencing. I have to talk to them at long distance. And that includes everything else. It includes actions, includes pain, everything. In order to work with this condition, you must be able to monitor your respiratory levels. You do that by having a pulse oximeter. And that is a key instrument in the management. Other things are helpful, but the pulse oximeter is essential and critical. Hospital care is failure. Any patient that goes in the hospital with COVID has failed their test. It doesn't mean that they may not still survive and they may not die. But any patient that has to go to hospital because of COVID treatment is a failure of treatment, is a failure in the process. Nobody says that. Antiviral medications, as you see, I have there remdesivir, monoclonal antibiotic, Regeneron, and all these. They're good in their place. They have to be used appropriately in the right place, but they're just too expensive for poor people at this time. Going on a ventilator, ventilation is my business. I ran intensive care for more than 25, 30 years, so I understand that fully, and I understand what it entails. Once you get involved with ventilation, you now have to treat the patient and the person who involved with the ventilation, because the whole process is very complex. The use of steroids. Steroids are good, helpful. They use ladder down in the illness, and they are critical and help you, but they're dangerous because the side effect of the suppression of steroids can cause problems. This was the reason for the black mold outbreak in India, because the patients had steroids and their immune system and the infection and their ability to fight infection was totally undermined. There are some cases, few. When we first started, I used ivermectin. I thought that ivermectin was capable of doing everything, but I find out now, the more you learn, the more you live. I started with a few patients. I had 100% success. In the last month, I have had 2 failures. And so I can no longer make the claim of 100%. And 2 failures. I have also had 2 patients who die within 3 hours of each other. Never has occurred to me before in medical practice of 50 years that I have 2 patients with the same diagnosis dying within 3 hours of each other. People don't understand what we're in. This is not a talking game. Your view of the city is determined where you stand on the mountain slope. And you can't get around it. Home remedy. There's an important place here for home remedy. We must be humble. We must not assume that we have all the answers. We don't. We must
Dr. Barnaby, before you continue, we just want to let you know that we're running out of time. So we would say if you can.
I'll stop. I will stop in 5 minutes. Home remedy is critical. So I just have the things here you can do at home. And if later on there may not be, you can ask me about home remedy. But these are things that you can do at home. Use what you can do at home to kill the virus. The emphasis must be kill the virus, kill the virus. That must be the emphasis. And we must make sure that we kill the virus. I want to leave this last slide with you. This is an important slide, which is critical to your Rotary Month. This is called New Start COVID Acronym for Wellness, to keep you well. This is brought out by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and it's very, very helpful to keep you well. And this all is about keeping you well. And it's for nutrition. Eat the right foods. No sugar or less sugar and white milk, dairy products. More vegetables and fruits. Exercise at least 30 minutes a day. And exercise does not mean necessarily going to a gym and doing any great exercise. Simply walking up and down, not sitting down in the chair all the time in your offices is exercise. Drink at least 16 glasses of water a day. You usually tell them say 8, but because we're in the Caribbean, you need at least 16. Go in the sunshine. We are blessed in the Bahamas. We have sunshine. You need vitamin D. So going in the sunshine improves your condition considerably. Temperance. Must reduce all smoking. Smoking of cigarettes at this time is dangerous. Alcohol. Males must not have more than 2 drinks a day. Females, 1. Air. Normal air and ventilation, walking on the beach outside is better than air conditioning. And take deep breaths ever so frequently. Rest. rest does not just mean sitting in a chair. Rest means that you go to a level where your delta waves in your brain begin to function and your tissues can repair. And the last one, perhaps last but not least, is trust in God. It has been proven that all the patients who believe and have faith in God survive the coronavirus better than those who don't. The people who get afraid and have no trust, have no camaraderie, has no belief, they die more quickly. And there's no question about it. These are the facts. I will bring up my last slide now for you, and I will be out of here. Hopefully, I was able to share some points with you. Take responsibility of health and be well informed. Don't matter what people tell you. At the end of the day, it is your life that matters. Thank you for your attention, and God bless Rotary of the Bahamas.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benaby. Thank you so much. To say that your talk has certainly been very informative and provocative is an understatement. We thank you so much for sharing with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians and guests, due to the interest of time, we won't be able to field questions at this moment, but shortly after the meeting has concluded, there is indeed a parking lot session. We invite you to stay online. If you've got various questions you'd wish now to ask our speaker, we trust you can hang around for just a few moments. I'm now going to invite Rotarian Christopher Edwards, who's going to come with a special thanks to our speaker for today. Okay.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. Please join me in thanking Dr. Glenn Benaby in taking the time out of his busy schedule to share with us vital information on his experiences and his thoughts on this worldwide challenge, COVID-19. As they say, a word to the wise is sufficient. Thank you, Dr. Benaby, and we pray for you, your family, and colleagues as you all battle on our behalf on the front line. Once again, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Christopher. Let's go now to the four-way test. Can you bring it up on screen, please? Four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to
All
all
concerned?
concerned?
And indeed, will it be fun? Thank you all very much, Rotarians. I'm going to invite now Rotarian Tamika Dean to come now with the Rotary toast. Tamika?
Tamika is here. Fellow Rotarians and guests, join me and raise your glasses to a Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world.
President Mike, we turn the meeting over to you, sir.
All right, it's been, like mentioned, informative session, and I officially declare our meeting today adjourned. You can join us in the parking lot for questions.
Okay, Dr. Benaby.